you are not doing search and rescue for the right reasons, you need to look in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is not about you and it's not about your dog.
No.
And if you are going into it thinking it's about you, it's about your dog, then you might want to reconsider what you're doing.
Canine Detection Collaborative. We bring the conversation straight to you. Training tips and helpful hints you'll actually use. Real insights from real experts with a side of laughs. Canine Detection Collaborative is where it's at. It all comes down to just one thing, helping our dogs be the best they can be. Canine Detection Collaborative.
This is Stacy Barnett from Canine Detection Collaborative, and I'm here with my amazing co-host, Robin Greubel.
Hello.
So actually, I think it's really funny because I can't remember the last time it was just you and me doing a podcast.
We've done a lot of interviews lately.
Yes, we've done a lot of interviews, and it's so interesting because honestly, if we just like taped our daily phone conversations, we probably have like podcast topics for, the next few years or whatever. But
correct.
Yeah. But we got a request for a topic that is so amazing. And we started to look at this and we're like, you know what? Even though the request was specific to search and rescue, and the topic is so germane to the search and rescue community, when we start to kind of take a look at this, there are so many parallels also to the sport community. And I think the sport community kind of suffers from a lot of the same stuff too.
Oh, I watch some of my sport friends and I'm like, dude, this is supposed to be fun for you and your dog. This does not sound like fun.
Right, exactly. And it all comes down to like thinking about things like social media, public shaming, just kind of the canine community in general. I think we're kind of referring to the toxicity tax.
Yeah. Playing is not the right word. Of being in a community. I often say that if you want to start an argument, let's talk about how you raise kids and train your dogs.
I know.
Right?
I know. I mean, I even just put and by the way, I'm not calling anybody out on this comment, but I had a very basic, it was kind of, I thought was a funny video of my puppy the other day. And it sparked so much consternation. And the thing is, it was also a lot of very good-natured consternation, which shows you how people who genuinely like each other, even how it can create stuff. But then you end up, if you post something in the general social media, just even as like a SAR canine handler or as a sport canine handler, people will like glom onto you. And it's one of these reasons why, like, if I post stuff about one of my videos from like a summit trial, like, yeah, I am careful not to post the crap, right? Because like the question is, and it's SAR canine, it's sport canine, why do we eat our own?
I have no idea. And it is absolutely, actually, I have a blog post coming out that we get so entrenched on where we're at. And you have put this social media, us sitting down and having a conversation, 99.9% of the stuff that's said on Facebook, if we were in the same room, nobody would say. Or it would be a totally different conversation because one, you can see the other person's face. Right. There are no social cues on Facebook or any of the other social media platforms. You have no social interaction. And it's one of those things that even if you say something well-meaning, if the other person, and you thought you've worded it absolutely perfect, tone is lost.
It is. And you could actually be saying something supportive about somebody and it gets misconstrued. It's nuts.
Yeah. We seem to not think about, or there's something that's happened and I believe that people really need to acknowledge that that's happening. And I'll be honest, there's sometimes, especially recently, where I've gotten onto Facebook and I've started typing something out and I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, I want to get in an argument. Why do I want to get in an argument?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Why am I feeling angsty?
Right. And so usually is okay, time to step away from the computer and go outside and sit with the donkeys.
Right. Right. Is it that everybody's just under so much stress right now? But it's not just right now though, but I think, I know I'm under a lot more stress, but not everybody is trying to move halfway across the country and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And well, one of the things that I know for a fact, right, is that, and I've seen this in my academy students, the amount of computer work they're currently getting done is going down because training season is picking up because it's warm, at least up in the northern states, right?
Okay, right.
And the reverse is happening in the southern states because it's getting too hot to go out and train.
Right. Then you have the other states that just can't decide. And some days they're hot and some days they're cold.
Yeah.
Right at you, New Jersey, Iowa, Missouri.
Yeah. So when we record this, Stacy's sitting in 90-degree heat index and I'm at...
No. Let's be real. The actual temperature is 93.
Oh.
That makes the heat index probably 3 figures. So I just want to put that right out there. I would love a 90-degree heat index right now.
Yeah, we have a wind chill today.
Oh.
It's 55 degrees with a wind chill of 51.
It's insane. We'll be chilly later.
Yeah, I see my students saying, oh my gosh, this is adding so much stress because I can't catch up on my modules and all sorts of, and I'm like, guys, it's okay. This is somewhat supposed to be fun.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't stress about it. It'll be here after you get done training. And the gas prices currently, are adding so much. I have people who are like, I'd love to come out, but I can't afford gas right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's not even go there. I don't want to just crawl under a rock and just cry at this point. So I would say that gas prices are going to be very triggering right now.
It's interesting because I'm also coming off of the water leak detection, a week of training, right? Where I took my computer just because I had to, right? Because I knew I was doing other stuff after it, but my computer didn't turn on the entire time I was there.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I got to take a dog training vacation.
That's amazing.
And it was awesome. And I think one of the things that I will encourage people to do is there's a book called The Ideal Team Player. And it's a quick read. It's about staying humble, hungry, and smart.
Oh.
And that's sort of the philosophy that our Canine water leak detection charter crew is fostering, actually. And I think there's a part of, and I'm going to pick on the search and rescue people here a little bit, because I remember feeling this way of, oh my gosh, look at me, I'm doing wonderful things because I'm doing search and rescue.
Oh.
Which is notable and wonderful and everything. But there is a be humble and be hungry part of that.
Yeah.
That needs to remain. And it's hard. Remember, I've been doing this for 25 years. So I have a lot of learning curves that happened in there and a lot of getting my what handed to me on a regular basis.
Yep.
So we have to remember that not everybody is doing search and rescue because they can't, because they don't have the right dog, because whatever.
Yeah.
But it's still how you're choosing to give back. And that doesn't make it any more or any less than the person who wants to hand out food at the serving line.
Right. Right. It's the call to serve, right? And just because you might have the right dog at the right moment and might have the right opportunities
and might get assigned to the right place.
Right. There's that too. It's the whole, oh, well, so-and-so had a find. Well, so-and-so was in the right sector. But just because you had all of those things line up for you doesn't make you better than someone who gives back in another way.
Correct.
And may have maybe the dog that they have at home just doesn't have the nerve strength. Right. And of course, then we can go down their whole rat hole. There are a lot of people trying to out there with maybe the wrong dog.
Right. And it was really interesting talking to one of a different student that just came in that wants to do search and rescue. No, she has not the right dog.
Right.
But her talking about, I can find ways to serve. And that was a very humble and smart.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'm like, awesome. And I think that because the other side of this is whether it's dog sports or it's canine search and rescue, I run into this as an instructor, is we make lots of sacrifices. Okay, here's me. Poor me, right? To be able to do what we do. I remember my very first...
Oh, hell. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, my very, very first search and rescue practice.
Yeah.
I bailed on family Christmas for my significant other.
Oh.
There have been Thanksgivings and 4th of Julys that I have gotten called and gone out because that's what we do.
It is. And I mean, I even just look at what I'm going through right now. And this isn't, it's not because of a call out. It's because there's something I want to do. And the amount of personal sacrifice I'm going through right now.
Right.
To move and sacrifice with my business, like everything.
Yeah.
Is huge, but it's not something you don't carry that on a flag.
No.
It's just what you do.
The interesting thing is actually, I think it's worse within the community. So whichever community you're in, goes back to eating our own, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? It's literally, you seem to get the least sympathy from people who should be your teammates and should be there supporting you, or friends.
Yeah.
Who seem to sometimes, it's almost like passively aggressively want to sabotage what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And if we're really honest with ourselves and why we're doing this, we would support everyone else who's also trying to do it.
Yes.
And you wouldn't go out of your way to try to sabotage, which it sounds horrible, but it happens.
Oh,
right?
All the time.
It happens all the time. And it's like, I don't know if it's jealousy. I don't know if it's, oh, you had this opportunity, or, oh, you have that dog, or I'm jealous that your dog has that capability, or I think you're a good trainer, or I don't know, your butt looks better in those pants than mine does.
Right. Who cares?
I don't know. Yeah. I'm not talking about my own butt, by the way. I'm clearly not, especially since I'm 12 pounds up. Like, I really have to do something.
We won't even talk.
No. But I was just coming up with stuff like all of these things, or, oh, you're on that team, or you get more call outs, or,
oh my gosh, you placed there.
Yeah. It's just like, and we're talking clearly the search and rescue side, but it's also the sports side. Oh, I hear this all the time. Well, you have a Labrador.
Yeah. Or
your dog is fast, or your dog is whatever. Or, by the way, I haven't just trained Labradors. I just want to point that out. But it's a lot of like, well, I mean, oh my God, I did a summit once, and it was far from my best summit. I had someone in the parking lot say to me that one time when they were entering another one, they actually asked the host if I was going to be there.
Really?
Yeah. Because she didn't want to come if I was. I mean, it's weird crap like that.
Yeah. Well, because I think there's this misconception. The only time you're really competing against anybody else in nose work is at the summit level.
Yes.
Right?
Because that's the only time when titling actually matters.
Right.
And even then, okay, who cares? I mean, honestly, like you're going there to do the very best you can because you love the sport.
Right.
And I know that sounded flippant, but I do want to it is something that we do because we love it. You know, we do it because it's the most beautiful thing in the world to see a dog search. And we have a relationship with our dogs. And we are entranced by odor and what our dogs can do. And it is okay to feel competitive. It is. But once you start worrying about other people, you stop worrying about your own dog. And if you want to be successful at that level, it's incredibly important to stay focused on your own dog. And if you're starting to get worried about who's showing up, or you're worried about like, well, there's so and so many titles and there's like this list of good dogs, and you start getting into that, or you start thinking about how did somebody else do in a search. As soon as you start doing that, or you're like, yeah, well, this, or yeah, well, that, you're poisoning yourself.
Do you realize that whole rant?
Sorry.
No, can apply to search and rescue people. Can apply to any detection discipline.
Totally does. It totally does. It's when you go to training and you're worried about like, I mean, I've seen this, like, you know, you're worried about like, oh, so-and-so is at training, or, you know, you got to make sure your dog looks really good, or, you know,
oh my gosh, they stumbled. They took 30 seconds longer to solve that problem.
I know. Like, why did like that dog took, you know, that much longer to figure it out? Like, ooh, I wonder what's wrong with that dog. Or just, I mean, or you show up and you go to a seminar. This may or may not be hypothetical. You know, you go to a seminar with some leadership from your team, and your dog happens to be a superstar and their dog doesn't.
Yeah.
And the ongoing ramifications of that.
Right. Because you know what? People seem to think that just because you're doing search and rescue, you're altruistic and all of these other sorts of things. And you know what? Not everybody's like that.
Yeah.
There are people just like in any other profession.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say profession because the search and rescue people should be thinking about it as a profession. Those people who are competing, it's just as important to them.
Yes.
As it being a profession.
Yes.
And those people who are in the sport world. And so I think that if I've actually started calling people out, it's not just sport work. No, it's sport work.
Oh, heck no.
Right.
No.
And it means as much to the person who is standing behind that dog to go do their tracking title as it does to the search and rescue person who is training their dog to trail.
Yeah. I do have to add though, but if you are not doing search and rescue for the right reasons, you need to look in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is not about you and it's not about your dog.
No.
And if you are going into it thinking it's about you, it's about your dog, then you might want to reconsider what you're doing.
Right.
That's my PSA.
Yeah.
That is a PSA because it's not a sport.
No. We did an episode on IRO. That's a sport.
That's a sport. IRO is a sport. And it's a fun sport. It's fine
in the United States. Well, we should qualify this, right?
We should qualify it. In Europe, it's different.
In Europe, it's different. They use it for certifications and going out. In the United States, it's a sport.
It's a sport. And it's not search and rescue here in the United States.
Right.
Which is fine.
Right.
But if you're doing search and rescue is not a sport.
Yes. It comes back to, I really think social media is great because it keeps us connected, but it also is horrible because you can read one side. Somebody posts a rant.
Like I just ranted.
Right. And you get a rant.
Yeah.
And you start trying because everybody seems to like tea.
Mm-hmm.
You start making up all of the story that goes behind it.
Oh, you mean making up a narrative in your own head?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. And then things get compounded and nobody bothers to actually ask the person, who are you talking about?
Right.
Or why are you not taking this up with the person?
Yeah.
Because, oh my gosh, we don't want to do that. And I'll make a plug for another book. There's a book out there called Don't Feed the Elephants. We'll put the links to everything in the show notes.
That's a great book. I'm sorry, so off topic here. I'm sitting here on the sofa in my bedroom doing this podcast. Powder is laying next to me, taking a nap, having the most god awful farts that you can't even imagine. I literally, I think I'm going to die.
Your eyes are watering.
I'm turning green.
Maybe it's the baby bunnies.
I think so. She found a nest of baby bunnies and I don't think they're around anymore. And
yeah. So that was
I'm literally feeling like and she's just sleeping through it. And I'm like, okay, that's because her butt's on my side of the sofa. And
I would at least shove her off. Maybe she'll turn around.
Oh, shoot. I would if I could just pivot her, it would be I'm just in here based off of that, I'm not eating until tomorrow. It is just, I'm going to have to take a shower.
Yeah.
So, sorry, guys. That was kind of graphic, but I'm just sitting here I'm going to, oh, shoot, man, Powder. She's looking at me like, what?
You're like,
big stretch. Now she's stretching yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, oh, yeah, you're cutting my life short by 3 years here, kiddo. Oh, shoot. Oh, all right. Methane poisoning.
Oh my gosh.
You die from methane at your dog's butt.
So I think that one of the things I'm going to do the getting us back on topic. So
that's probably a good idea. You're talking about, and as soon as you said the book,
Don't Feed the Elephants.
Don't Feed the Elephants, I immediately went to elephant farts because that's kind of what I feel like I'm dealing with right now.
Right. So, big elephant farts. So that's a really nice book. You can get it off of Amazon, but it actually, one of the things that it goes through, and it helps you identify what elephant is in the room that actually needs to be talked about or addressed. And so the coach that wrote it, Sarah Noel Wilson, talks about an avoidaphant and all these different types of elephants.
Yes.
Yes. And she gives you symptoms. And I think that as we have lost or the social skill ability to have constructive, hard conversations,
yes,
is being lost. Everybody just seems to want to fight.
Yeah. Or attack.
Because
it's not even fight. Fight actually would infer that it is a two-way thing.
Valid.
Right?
Yeah.
So I see more people lobbing grenades.
Yes.
Than fighting.
Or poking people with sticks.
Yeah.
To see if they could, and it's not even
to get a rise out of them.
Well, and I don't even know if they're thinking about getting a rise. I think it's just I'm just going to poke you with a stick.
Because I'm cranky.
Yeah, because they're cranky or they feel like they have to have a point.
Yeah.
Or something, right? And then I realized as we started this whole, we were having this conversation about what we're going to talk about. And then I'm like, wait, why don't we just start recording?
Yeah, right.
Because that's usually how it works. And I realized that I've been so busy doing background stuff with the academy and all sorts of things I don't think I've posted a training video online in forever.
Oh, I did.
Well, you do. You did.
I did. Yeah. Even then, you posted a training video and people are just there with like ready to like lob shots at you. And it's like, if they don't understand how you're training differently, or thank you for getting off the sofa powder. You're training differently, or the dog wasn't perfect.
Right.
And I don't know if this is mostly like for people who have reputations or who have already kind of public, or you know what I mean?
Well, and now that you're sitting there thinking about it or we're talking about it, I have posted stuff in my private Canine Detection Academy group that includes mistakes.
Yeah.
And I have students routinely tell me, thank you for posting things with mistakes.
Yeah.
I would never post it on social media.
Oh gosh, no.
Because that's where a lot of training happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Mistakes are actually not a bad thing.
No.
They're helpful. And if your dog's not making mistakes, you're not pushing your dog.
Correct.
I'm going to be honest. It's like, if it's always perfect, then it means you're probably not progressing.
Right.
And now I'm not talking big ass mistakes. I'm talking small things. But if you're always making big ass mistakes, and then you're probably lumping and you're probably not slicing. But if your dog doesn't have to think,
yes,
then you're probably not progressing.
Right.
So I had to qualify that a little bit.
Yeah. I think that if you want to post stuff on social media, it does bring a lot of visibility to what you're doing. And then automatically, a lot of people are like, oh, but you're doing this wrong. You stood in the wrong way, or, whatever.
Yeah.
And I just am like, it is, I've kind of hit the whole, yeah, well, whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know in search and rescue, constantly thinking about, where am I going to go get a certification? How does that fit in my budget? Operationally responding to searches, how is that going to fit in with my teaching schedule? Oh, by the way, I have baby donkeys on the way, so I'm not scheduling travel.
They're very cute, by the way.
They are very cute.
All three of them.
Yes. And the search and rescue people are all balancing all of that. And then it's like social media then is like, no, you have to be perfect.
Yeah. And it's just not going to happen that way. I know there's such a lens, and it really, it's unfortunate because in social media, there's such an opportunity to share and to collectively learn. And I know as somebody who posts a lot of material, I try so hard to post things that will be helpful.
Yes.
And I try to sometimes I'm posting cool shit, but I do try to write about it. So I had this really, oh my gosh, it was probably one of my most favorite summit searches ever in all of my summit trials. And it was with Stinky Butt. And the search was from Green Lane, Pennsylvania, I think.
Okay.
It was called Acid Trip Search because they always name it. And the only reason why they name it that, so hopefully you guys don't get triggered or whatever. But it's because the first room of it, every surface was painted with graffiti. It was wild. You couldn't even see. It was camouflage. It was really cool, actually. And we had 6 minutes to search, I think. And we were told unknown number of hides. So when you do summit, unknown means there could be nothing. It could be blank, or there could be maybe the CO went completely batshit and put out 10 hides, which this particular CO did in this time. I mean, it could be 12 hides. It could be whatever, right?
Right.
Or 10 hides, and Powder literally, we found all 10 hides in 3 minutes and 40 seconds. And I could tell she was done. So I called finish. And it was one of the coolest searches I've ever done. And it was so much fun. And I had such a fun time. I posted this video, and this video, a lot of people, it got a lot of traction. A lot of people enjoyed watching it because, I mean, how could you not enjoy watching a dog just destroy the search, in a good way, just find all the hides. She was just amazing, right? And I did post and beyond just say like, here's my cool video. I posted in my training group because I have a free training group that's available. And I said, so I want to understand from you guys, how much handling do you think I'm doing in this? And I just posed a question. And I posed a question there because I wanted people to, instead of just looking at the video going, oh, that's cool. And, yeah, clearly you're having a good time. Or I always get I always get two questions. The first question I get is, how do you know when to call alert? Because I can't tell. The second question I get is, what kind of harness is she wearing?
Right.
And the kind of harness she's wearing is the kind of harness that's $300 and keeps her from getting killed because she will launch herself off of like very tall surfaces. And she would be the dog jumping off a bridge, like just because she's a dumbass.
She is.
She is. So the answer to the first question is, I learned how to read her. So anyway, so the question was like, how much handling do you think I'm doing? And I got the answers. It was the coolest question.
Right.
Because I knew people couldn't really tell. And I wanted to really kind of get a gauge for what do you guys actually see? And I use this as an opportunity, an educational opportunity for people to really look at this video and really try to understand. And then I ended up recording another video where I reviewed it and said exactly what I was doing in the moment. And it turned out to be this super cool opportunity where I wasn't just posting, here's this cool video. I really try to do this sometimes where it's like, yeah, here's a cool video, but let's try to learn something from it.
Yes.
I think in social media, we have that opportunity, but there's so often where, and again, I posted this in my training group. I didn't post this in general Facebook land because you post stuff like that in general Facebook land and it's just going to turn into an argument.
Right.
And I don't understand that dynamic where it would turn into the fact that no, the dog isn't, yes, I am handling. And it would turn into this like handling like argument.
Oh my gosh, how did you do that? Why are you? Yeah.
Well, why do you handle that way? And like, and it would turn into almost like a moral, ethical conversation, which it should not be.
Right.
That whole dynamic blows my mind. And it's a microcosm, right? It's the same thing with search and rescue. You get into like conversations about why you might do it this way or that way. And you show something that might be super cool and people want to like pick it apart.
Right. It's one of those things that we have to be really careful. There's that saying, what do two handler or trainers agree on what the third is doing wrong?
Right.
Right. And it goes across, I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
This is why I'm like, let's stop talking methodology questions. Let's start talking about training principles.
Oh, no kidding.
And because us just talking methodology doesn't serve the dogs.
No.
It doesn't serve the people we're trying to find. It doesn't serve anything.
No. Training is not a recipe.
No.
Dogs are not cookie cutter, all the same.
No.
I don't even talk quadrants when I train with people.
Me neither. I don't
use any of that language for a lot of reasons because our dogs are individuals and our understanding and our goals can all be very different.
Yes.
Now, this is also, but that does get into when we start getting into search and rescue, there is a line there.
Yeah.
That would probably need a whole other podcast topic because if I'm training a sport dog, I have a lot of...
You have a lot of latitude.
I have a lot of latitude. I have a lot of luxuries.
Yeah.
One of my luxuries is time.
Right.
One of my luxuries is the ability to be okay with less than perfect.
Right.
There's a lot of luxuries there because the mission is different.
Right. With
sport, it is about the relationship with the dog.
Right.
The mission with search and rescue is different. And you got to get behind that. So that's a soapbox. It was probably a whole other.
Well, and I was thinking about what you were saying about being perfect. And it's not necessarily being perfect. It's being efficient and effective.
Effective. Yes. Efficient and effective.
That's what we have to think about in search and rescue is how effective and efficient am I as a team?
Yes.
And the water leak stuff has been really good for me because we spend so much time in search and rescue talking about trained final response and some of that other stuff that the reading the body language.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. We had cool conversations about that.
Yeah. When I started, a lot of stuff was called on body language for search and rescue. Remember, I've been doing this for a while. And, but what happens is people seem to forget a lot of search and rescue is done with the dog out of sight.
Yeah.
Right. So you actually have to have both worlds. You have to have the trained final response because your dog is working out of sight, but you have to be able to read the body language.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
And so we're thinking about, oh my gosh, we have to be perfect. I have to be a perfect team. My dog has to be perfect. And all of the time, well, if your dog's perfect all the time, guess what? You're not pushing.
Yeah.
And I think people forget to give other people grace.
Yes.
When that happens.
Yes.
And it's not you suck. It's what's going on so that we can address it as a team in training.
Yes. Well, you could also end up with there could be another big conversation, but that's not what we're talking about. It's the whole conversation of
maybe it's not the right dog. Maybe, there's a whole bunch. There's
that, but we're not talking about that.
Right. I showed up to training and my dog did something weird.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or my dog, took a long time finding the victim, or my dog didn't seem to recognize
this odor.
That odor. Like,
yeah. As we think about all of that, how do we hold people accountable? What's constructive accountability look like? Not only in search and rescue, but I think in the canine world.
You like holding others accountable, so accountable for good behavior? Or do you mean accountable for what? Expand on that a little bit.
Well, I think it's actually both.
Yeah.
It's how do you be accountable for your own behavior?
Uh-huh.
Right. And how do I no longer use the word constructive criticism. It's constructive feedback.
Oh, way better.
Way better.
Way better.
Because then it's my responsibility in communicating it to the other person.
Yeah.
That it is constructive and it is feedback.
And it comes from, and as a coach, right? We do this all the time. We're always giving constructive feedback. I love that word, by the way, because the listener has to realize that you're giving that constructive means that it comes from a supportive origin.
Right. Now, that statement, it comes from a supportive origin, is one of the things that I feel either the giver, there's so much history or whatever's going on that it is not given honestly, or the lens that the person receiving it is tinged.
Yes. So even if you're coming at it from a supportive origin,
right?
If the person has a history of people giving them feedback that is not coming from a supportive origin,
right?
Then all of a sudden you may see the big, stop sign come up.
Yes.
And people can get very defensive. So then it comes down to realizing that when we are hearing somebody's, maybe even if we're giving supportive feedback, or from a supportive origin, we're giving constructive feedback, that the listener also could have a narrative going on
in their head, talking about stories in your head.
Right.
You need to check your own assumptions.
They've got another history.
Yep.
Or there could be something going on unrelated that could cause them to interpret what you're saying in a way that you didn't necessarily intend it.
Yes.
So, yes, we have to be accountable for what we say, but we also have to be honest in how we hear.
Correct.
And I think we need to try to peel away some of that narrative if we can.
Yeah.
Now, is this easy to do? No. We're human. Everybody's human. I would say most people are human.
When I go out and coach with teams, right? And I do this actually quite a bit. And when I say teams, I mean a group of people.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I ask them to do is to, as a group, have a discussion on how to ask if somebody is ready to hear constructive feedback. And so everybody has a common say, hey, however it comes out, and this is the one I use, are you ready for feedback or not?
Right.
And the person can say no.
That's valid.
Right? I am not ready for feedback. I'm not ready to hear it, whatever you're going on.
Yeah.
Right? And they can say no. And you just look at them and say, okay, got it. Let me know when you're ready.
It can also happen. So let's say, I mean, if you picture it like on the sports side, let's say you go and you have an awful search.
Right.
In a trial or whatever. You're probably not in the right mindset to hear anything.
Correct.
Or let's say on the, like search and rescue, you go in, either you're doing a certification or something like that, and it doesn't go well.
And you fail because everybody's been there.
Right. You may not be ready.
No. And it might take a couple of days.
Or weeks, whatever.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's fine. And the other thing, and this is something that I had one of the students who's in my Coach the Coach class ask me, how do you know what to tell the person when you have somebody who's standing in front of you that is literally a hot mess?
Yeah.
Right? How do you know what to say? And my answer to that was, I pick one thing.
That's actually what was going through my head. Like, just pick one thing.
I pick one thing. I pick out things that they did well.
Yep.
And there's this one thing I want you to concentrate on.
Yes.
And when you have done as much coaching as you and I have done, we can find the most glaring thing.
Yes.
That they can work on and you can coach them on that is going to have downstream effects, and understanding that I can't come at a person and tell them the 5 things they're doing wrong.
Oh my God, their head would be swimming and they'd feel like crap.
Right. What's the point in that?
They probably walked away knowing they were a hot mess.
Yeah. They already feel that way. It's not my, I don't need to tell them that because I know when I walk away from something and I'm a hot mess.
Right.
So it's okay. And so I think when
everybody has hot mess days, by the way.
Oh, they do. Absolutely. And I really want people to start thinking about, and maybe at your next team training or
your class, like
your next class, right? Or your next training group. Because if you're doing sport work or doing bite work, you have like a training group, right? Whatever you are, leave the dogs in the car and sit down and have a conversation on how do we as a team want to communicate. And if more people on your team do not want to have that discussion than do, you have an Avoidaphant in your room. Right? And this is one of the things that I absolutely do. And I know that I do it on purpose. When you show up at the foundation, there is an expectation that we will be kind, and it's a safe learning environment.
It is. It's actually one of the things
Yeah. And so that's the expectation that's set up front. So there may be some of that level setting that needs to happen. And you know what, search and rescue people, we can't eat our own. We are missing. I mean, I look at the people who are retiring out of search and rescue. We have young people coming up. We don't need to tear everybody down all the time.
No.
And yes, I am saying this because guess what, people? I have a coaching community. I hear what people bring to me in my coaching community. And sometimes it's not very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Takeaways.
Wow, that was heavy.
Sorry. Yeah, I know. You guys.
No.
We usually, that was, thank you for listening to our therapy session.
Oh my gosh. I'm just going to say, I'm really happy Powder's laying on the floor
right now.
And airflow right now must be going the other direction because I haven't turned green in about 10 minutes.
There you go.
This is about, yeah, we're going to put like a smoke match next, although we may blow up.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
Okay.
Takeaways. I think it's important to, oh gosh, we covered so much. But I guess what I would try to do is I want to challenge you, not you, Robin. I'm talking to
our listeners out in listener land.
Yeah, listeners out in listener land. I want to challenge you next time you read a post or next time you watch a video on social media and you see something and you feel triggered. I want you to, before you answer it, I want you to think about why you feel triggered and think about your own narrative and challenge yourself to be a little bit more self-regulated when it comes to your response, if you make one at all.
Right. My takeaway is that we can't do dog training by ourselves, right? We say that we can, but when you start having problems and all sorts of things, you have to have a team to go to. And I'm going to, or a friend, right? The phone a friend, right? And I'm going to actually talk directly to my search and rescue people. I think it's time that we think about our community and how our community wants to be perceived. We talk a lot about always having to salvage our reputation with law enforcement. Why is that?
Right.
And take a look in the mirror. And are you treating search and rescue as a sport, or are you taking it as the profession that it is? And if you're doing it as a sport, there's lots of other coffee clutch things you can go do. There wasn't when I started search and rescue. There now are. And we need to protect our volunteers' mental health, and eating our own is not going to help.
Amen.
Yeah, that was my soapbox. So there you go.
That's a good one.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming along on this little journey. And if you have a suggestion for a topic, let us know and we will happily.
I think this came from a suggestion.
It did. It was a suggestion.
Yeah.
And so please feel free to reach out to one or both of us and we will hopefully not be quite as heavy. So,
oh my gosh. Well, I did have the levity I probably need PPE next time I sit next to my dog.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get the canisters with the
the SPCA.
Yeah, little, like Darth. Exactly. A little Darth Vader looking like.
Yeah. Luke, I am your father. Okay, everybody.
Sitting next to my dog.
Go train.
Bye.
Canine detection, collaborative.